ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at the house of Girish Chandra Ghosh in North Kolkata, where he went on his way to Star Theatre to witness a drama on Vrishaketu, the son of Data Karna, as per the episode of Mahabharata. Here Sri Ramakrishna had many important spiritual dialogue and incidents which have been recorded in detail by M, the recorder of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. This is dated 25th February 1885 on Wednesday, and some of the important monastic and householder disciples were present in the gathering. Now here we have mentioned as a recapitulation, Sri Ramakrishna was always adverse to occult powers. We know when the yogis, they are sent to some spiritual development, they have some occult powers, siddha jisko कहलाता है. This is as per our tradition. There are 8-fold occult powers: अनिमा, लघिमा, चैव, गरिमा. तो ये जो महिमा तथा ये जो प्राप्ति, प्राकाम्य, विशिष्टम, वशिष्टम च अष्टधा. But Sri Ramakrishna was always against this miracle mongering. He wanted that spirituality should be established on a clear intellectual background. In view of this, here the topic shifted. How the miracle was there, that Girish Chandra Ghosh was ignorant and he was abusing Sri Ramakrishna. But Sri Ramakrishna never minded, but then he prayed to the Divine Mother that such incidents should not recur. Accordingly, Girish Chandra Ghosh appeared here, and somebody said that he has become very quiet now. Girish Chandra Ghosh said that someone is holding my tongue. I am not able to speak. Sri Ramakrishna said, I prayed to the Divine Mother, then make him quiet. Then the topic came, Sri Ramakrishna was asking somebody. One young man came. What do you think? What is the goal of life? It's a very simple question. He asked the young man, what is the goal of life? क्यों जी, तुम क्या समझते हो, मनुष्य का क्या कर्तव्य है? सभी चुप है. No, nobody has replied anything. But M, the recorder of the Gospel, has given his observation. Now here, he said, what is the duty of man? Now this is a very relevant question for all of us. What are we here for? Everyone has set some goal in his or her life. But is that the ultimate goal? You have to review. From childhood, we are continuously setting our goals and on reaching the targets, we are changing the goal further. So where is the end? We have to understand what is the end. What are we here for? Everyone has a professional end. Now the M recorder of the Gospel says, is a question, क्या श्री रामकृष्ण कह रहे हैं कि ईश्वर की प्राप्ति ही ईश्वर का उद्देश्य है? श्री रामकृष्ण was never tired in reminding us that the goal of life is to see God. We are not here to eat, drink, be merry and leave. This human body is very precious. It has been obtained after many births. That's what our Shastras say. After 84 lakh births, a species get the opportunity to have the human body. मनुष्य शरीर बहुत दुर्लभ है. शंकराचार्य says, दुर्लभम त्रयमे वैतत देवानुग्रह हेतुकम मनुष्यत्व मुमुक्षुत्व महापुरुष संश्रय. 3 things are rare in our life which are obtained by the grace of God only. One is the human birth. Secondly, having received the human birth, the desire to become free, the desire to realize God. In millions and millions of people, maybe 1 or 2 has the desire. And again, out of those who are spiritual aspirants, only 1 or 2 rare person is successful. So it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid jatati siddhaye jatatam api siddhanam kaschin mang beti tatvatah. Thousands and thousands of people, only 1 or 2 aspire to realize God, and out of those who are aspiring, 1 in 1,000 may be able to see God. Though seeing God is not easy, nevertheless, it remains as the singular goal of human life. And the catch is, as long as we are not able to see God, this life continues. This particular longevity of our life is not the end of all. We had similar human bodies before, Until we realize God, we will have multiple births again and again. Jatasya dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Those who are born must die, and those who are dying must be born again till they realize God. God sometimes descends on the earth to make a break, to allow the ordinary creatures to become God-oriented and be free. Some concessional, these channels are made. For that, God descends on earth as Avatara. So there is a special time, special favor. So now Sri Ramakrishna is telling that though realization of God is very difficult, but is not impossible. By the grace of God, it is possible. We have to understand that the goal and our capacity, we must assess what are we after and what is our resource. Sri Ramakrishna here didn't say what is the goal of life. He just asked a question to that young man, what is the goal, what is the duty of human being? Master Mahashaya has given a observation, a comment. Perhaps Sri Ramakrishna was saying that God realization is the goal of life. Perhaps he is telling. Now, God can be seen only when our mind is pure. What is the pollution in the mind? Desire. Our mind is full of multiple desires. As long as the desires are not washed out, cleaned, we cannot become free. So, the method is to make the mind free, is to make a concerted effort. It's not easy to make the mind free. It needs tremendous sadhana. When you are embarked on sadhana, you find it is beyond our capacity. We cannot do it. So what is the way out? We take refuge in the feet of God. By the grace of God, it is possible. That is the catch here. That's why incarnation of God is necessary for us. Why should He be after incarnation of God? Because without Him we cannot reach. He was the key. We are roaming here and there, a lot of disturbances, lot of but we are not serious about God realization. So that seriousness, that impetus is provided by God and none else. Here we find the household of Ramachandra is here we find that Sri Ramakrishna is asking that boy, what is the goal of life? Now, the person kept quiet, and then he was a student. So naturally, he was preparing for the examination to pass the certificate. Sri Ramakrishna said, Pash Baddha Jeep and Pash Mukta Seep. Passing a certificate, passing an examination is pass. Another meaning of pass is bandhan, bondage. So the ordinary beings are under bondage. They are not free, they are not independent. Shiva, the greatest God, is independent, he is Pashmukta. Now what pass we have? We have Ashtapash, eightfold pass. But that apart, here, what has been said, that pass means passing an examination. This pass is English word, another pass is Sanskrit word. See, Ramakrishna has combined both. So why getting a qualification becomes adverse to our spiritual goal? We have to ask. He is condemning that getting degrees increases our bondage. Why? There is no harm in getting degrees, but when we become inflated, become proud, become egotistic for additional degrees of our life qualification, that takes us away from God. This is the catch. There is no harm in education, earning degrees or diplomas or certificates, but it's a natural tendency of the mind that as soon as it knows that it has so much of possibility, in such a significant way it is being done, then he takes off. Then he realizes there is the degrees should not take us away from the goal of life. When he remembered the goal is not to earn degree or become an academician or professional expert. That is a secondary detail. The primary detail is that we must realize God in this very life, and everything becomes subordinate to that. So there we usually say that this Dharma Jivan should be attended to when we are old, superannuated, not now. Now, after superannuation, if you study, then you will find that this total time is wasted, complete waste. We cannot afford to waste our time. This life has been received as a miracle, nothing short of miracle. So after getting this pipe, then we should concentrate on more of service to the humanity, service to the poor. So that bridges the gap between the spiritual aspirants and spiritual souls. We are all after realization. First of all, we have to accept this truth. Wherever we are, whatever we may be doing, the ultimate goal of life is to see God, is to realize God. It is up to us. We want to do it in this birth or in births after. Since we are told that this is very, very important, that's why Sri Ramakrishna has broached the topic here, that he must be goal-oriented, constantly goal-oriented. हमारे जीवन का उद्देश्य क्या है? हम क्यों इधर है? ईश्वर लाभ करना ही जीवन का उद्देश्य है. ईश्वर लाभ करके जाएंगे. ईश्वर लाभ करने के लिए goal of life, you have to work very hard. निरंतर प्रयास करना चाहिए. So then, definitely, if we pray constantly, God will be realized and all the four centers will be under one purview. So we should never forget that the goal of our life is God realization, and for that, all our actions should be oriented. So this, if we gain some educational qualification, that should not stand in the way of our spiritual life. Rather, that should enrich our spiritual life. when we learn more, mind is one. Either it makes the room for the mantras or the room for something else. The mind is one. So that's why they said that for the NABH inspection, this mind should be constantly alert. And now the goal of life has to be set aside, that we should never forget the goal of life is to realize God. And all our actions should be oriented, and whatever the achievements, targets, qualifications we have, that should be utilized towards the goal. That should not stand in the way. And if anything inflates our ego, then that is taking us away from the goal. We have to be very careful. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is getting this message. And then he gives another message here to our householder devotees. That this goal can be achieved by one and all. There is no discrimination. Anybody can achieve the goal. So with this, Sri Ramakrishna is concluding this, and we'll discuss the topic further in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampadhrita vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirosa namama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. We close now with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with me. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari Om Ramakrishna. Hari